Good day and welcome back to another week of Talking Technical. And first of all, it looks like that the world is heading into an era where there's no war in Iran and that everybody will be happy and that oil will come back. Some guys are talking about $50. Everybody's happy that gold came back to test. They talk about a 50% pullback is healthy, and from here on, everything will just be honky dory. But I think that the whole world is so deurmekaar in Afrikaans, we say deurmekaar, so confused that nobody knows what is going on. In actual fact, I think that the markets are very unsure, and maybe the best is to just look at maybe value stocks and decide around that and look at dividend yields for companies that makes profits. Then some of the uncertainty disappear. Now, the first one that we want to look at is Coronation Fund Managers. We called it earlier for our subscribers. It paid out a beautiful dividend. It also showed immediately that this dividend was already paid out, and we're busy closing that gap. But look what it shows us. There's a gap to the downside. There's a gap to the upside. There's another gap here. So there's a lot of uncertainty around it. So if you do want to buy it, but remember the dividend has been paid out already, you can see there's the first resistance. And if I look at that, let's have a look around here and just draw this line in, then it looks like that this gap is going to show for us what's going to happen, because both these lines are very close to this gap, and this gap above 41.82, it can maybe move up, close this gap at 42.20, and if you want to make use of a stop loss, that's your stop loss there. This gap and that stop loss will be at 40.21. But it looks like the chart wants to turn around. If you look at the longer term chart, it's really been hammered. I mean, since February, from 50 rand, 50 odd rand to about 38 rand in a matter of 3 months. But it paid out a beautiful dividend of almost 2 rand. And it just shows you that these counters have been hammered. So if you look at the stock, if it pays a decent dividend, and the other day somebody gave me a very interesting formula that he says he used the simple formula: if a dividend is higher than the price to earnings ratio, according to him, it offers a lot of value. Well, that's an interesting objective, and I think if you find stocks in that category, there's almost no chance of losing. There's always chance of losing in the market, but I mean, then it is limited, but always stick to your stop loss. So if this share can breaks above 41.82, the first resistance will be above 43.31, and I think then we can maybe close this gap, and this gap's weight between 44 rand 33, and that will close at 45 rand and 36. That's Coronation Fund Managers. And by the way, we always make a joke and say it is much easier or a better idea to physical buy Coronation than rather invest in their funds. I don't know how true is that, but even with the Sanlam guys, they sometimes say, listen, maybe buy Sanlam shares instead of investing in one of their products. But some of their products are doing extremely well, even with Coronation, and some of the other guys, some guys really do very, very well. Well, let's have a look at the NASDAQ, because we've got SpaceX that listed there, and everybody is happy about that. But even with that listing, it looks like the NASDAQ has to work hard to get to its previous high. There is this little bit of a breakaway gap. And I picked it up the other day, and I thought by myself, well, if the NASDAQ cannot close this gap, it will mean that there's really some sellers there that's quite serious. Let's just draw it in for you. I'm going to give it to you as well, because if the market cannot close this gap, it's a very tiny gap, it's not a big gap, but it is big enough to take notice of, and that gap sits between 30,000 and 51, and it closes at 30,092. So between 30,051 and 30,092, there's a 40-point gap. Now, if the NASDAQ cannot close that gap, that means that we can easily see that the NASDAQ can roll over But if I look at all the big guys talking about SpaceX and some of the other IPOs coming of the big artificial intelligence companies, we can maybe see a push to maybe close this gap. But for me, as a technical analyst, while this gap is open, be careful, then the momentum is down because this gap is a breakaway gap. And if the guys cannot close it, there's plenty gaps to the downside. Remember, there was all these beautiful gaps to the top and they to the bottom, and it always entered into new highs. There's one. There's plenty of them. There's one. There's plenty of them to the downside because remember, the Nasdaq is one of the favorite indexes of the world for the last couple of years. So just be a little bit careful and don't just rush in there. Let's have a look at the S&P 500. Then we can maybe see the same kind of thing. There you are. There's not a gap here. The momentum is clearly to the up. Look, it used the 50-day moving average once again as a support. There's a dragonfly candle. There's a strong bullish engulfing candle. And if you can get this index moving above, there's the level. I'm going to give it to you. If it can move above this level of 7,483, we can easily go to 7.5 and even back to the old high of 7,620. But if you look at the trend line, there's the trend line. But for me, the most important thing here is the 50-day moving average. Can the market remain above the 50-day moving average or not? Look at this line. This support line works 100% with the 50-day moving average, and below the 50-day moving average, below 7,247, this 50-day can maybe turn into a resistance, but this has proven many a time that the buyers would like to buy the market when it gets there. So there's the two levels. Above 7,483 up you go, and below this 50-day moving average you can lose some momentum. Then we've got a few dogs of the market, and one of them are SPAR. I see that the company is also saying that they're trying their utmost best to turn around the company. Look at this ugly waterfall formation. I mean, can you believe it? This company in the last few years, this was a stalwart in a portfolio, good growth company, but now it's like a dog of the market. And if we look at that, that's your resistance line. The resistance line is well entrenched. The share struggles to get above that. And for me, if you look at it, only above 53.32, this resistance line can turn into a support. And I always find in my mind two shares. The one is SPAR, is a dog of the market, and also SAPI is a dog of the market. And we've seen in the past that even Sasol can surprise you, because remember, though both of those shares, or that share, was a dog of the market. So let's hope that SPAR can turn around and maybe turn this into a better fortune for investors, because can you believe it, a stock well above 150 Rand, trading now at 52 and struggling to turn the company around. Let's have a look at Truworths. Well, I said to the viewers before that I've got an idea that some of our retailers are slowly but surely getting some money coming into them. And there you are. If you look at this share, although it was hammered to the, well, as you can say, it was just hammered to the floor. Now, if you look at this, suddenly there's some momentum coming back. But what do we see? As the momentum come up, there's a little candle that warns you to say, listen, maybe it went up too fast, too quickly. But for me, I will say, while it's above this line and we're just below that, if we above that line, we can see a cup and handle formation. There's the handle, there's the cup, and if we can get above 56.20, the company can maybe just surprise us to go all the way. Let's just do the projection for you. But I've got an idea. These companies are technically rock bottom and working on basis. And if I listen to the fundamental guys, a lot of them will say these companies are offering a lot of value and also pay good dividends. But of course, then the sentiment towards retailers must change. But the conservative target here will be 59.93. Let's make it 60 Rand. And if this cup and handle formation play out, it will be 61.62. But there's a tiny little breakaway gap. If you do buy it above this resistance line, I think use this gap as your stop loss, and that gap closes at 52.38. So if you do buy it above this resistance line, make use of 54 rand and 6 cents, 54 rand and 6 cents as your stop loss, because that's where this gap will close. Let's have a look. While we do that, let's have a look at the Foschini Group. I see some of their directors or some of the rich guys in South Africa, they said he's a billionaire. He doubled his stakes in this company, the Foschini Group. We see a beautiful rounding bottom. We see that gap the other day, it opened up. We see another gap here, so it's the same sort of thing here. Let's have a look at that. I will use that as my guideline to see if it can move up. There you are. It's on the 50-day moving average, just above that, and that is 65 rand and 4 cents. If it can get above 65 rand and 4, it can gain some traction. Above 66.65, it can maybe head to close this gap at 69.01. But if you do buy it, where's your stop loss? If you do buy above 66.65, make use of your stop loss. That's the close of this gap. That gap close at 63.65. And let's see if otherwise, if this 50-day moving average can turn into a support. That's quite important. If it does turn into a support, you know that the share can move higher. Let's close the show off with MTN, one of the top companies of the market. Nothing can stop this company. It can just go higher, as everybody is saying. I'm a little bit nervous because what do I see? I've checked this chart here before, and it finds support every time that you draw in a support line. It's almost like the buyers are waiting for that, and then they buy the company. But what I do pick up, I see a rising wedge developing. Now, yes, the rising wedge is not going to play out now. It will only come into play below 215 rand and 27 cents, maybe to take it down to 196. But what I don't like is, I do not like a rising wedge. We've seen it before with the gold counters, with the platinum counters. All those shares worked up slowly but surely to the top inside rising wedges, and eventually it gave these ugly pullbacks that we've seen recently. Well, let's just watch the market. In actual fact, let's watch Mr. Trump and see what he's going to say. Well, till next week, we'll chat again. Visit the website www.fransdeklerk.com for more info. And as always, we will chat again.